It's dinner time again. Tonight I'm going to make polenta with some vegetables with a little Italian seasoning, a vegetarian meal, and it's going to be really good because I got these great vegetables, a couple of heirloom tomatoes that I picked up at the farmer's market the other day, a zucchini from my sister's garden, and a red onion also from the garden, some garlic. I got some beautiful fresh basil here. But I'm going to make it all to go on top of polenta. That has to cook first, so get the water boiling here. Polenta is nothing but cornmeal, and you can use any kind of different cornmeal to make polenta, which is just cornmeal. I have this bag of Golden Pheasant brand polenta, which I've had for a while, and yeah, it's just ground cornmeal. This is fairly coarse grind of cornmeal, and it's really good, but it has to cook a long time. So I'm going to get it boiling up. I got 2 cups of water here, in which I'm going to put a ½ cup of this cornmeal polenta, and it has to stir sort of constantly and cook while it's cooking. So I'm going to not just stand here and let you watch that. So I'm going to watch a movie while I stir the cornmeal. There's boiling water, a little salt in there too, and there it goes in, just a little bit at a time so it doesn't get lumpy. And let it come back to the boil. And then it just has to be stirred pretty much constantly for at least 20 minutes, maybe longer, more like 30. Still stirring after 15 minutes, but it's looking really thick and delicious. That creamy yellow polenta. About 25 minutes. And this polenta is beautifully thick and creamy. The reason why you have to cook it so long is because it's so coarsely ground. It just takes that long to make it soft and creamy and let the moisture get into that ground corn. So I'm going to add some butter, of course, and Parmesan cheese, but first the butter. I don't know, that's enough. Maybe a little more. Why not? Get it in there. Ooh, yeah, baby. Butter and corn. Pretty good. And Parmesan cheese, of course. Good old Safeway Primo Taglio grated Parmesan. Works just fine. And, I don't know, some. Looking good. Oh, it smells really nice. But as soon as the cheese hit that hot cornmeal, it just rose up. Oh, that is like thick, rich. You can't smell it, but it smells great. That's awesome. Okay, so like I said, will be tomatoes, zucchini, basil, onion, sort of Italian-y, but it doesn't matter. It's just vegetables. This zucchini came from my sister's garden. Just picked day before yesterday, which isn't as fresh as it could be, I guess. These tomatoes, because they look good, and yeah, these heirloom tomatoes, which came from locally grown at the farmer's market. Oh, it's so sweet. Really amazingly fresh tasting, of course. It is fresh. So yeah, red onion. Got a beautiful red onion from Bill's garden. Just going to use a little piece of that. much. That's good. And these garlic cloves. I'm going to use my garlic press. Okay, that's ready to go. Olive oil, of course. Good. And I'm going to start with the onion in there. Salt for the onion. Ground back pepper for the pan. Oh, it smells so good. Apparently, when I was growing up, my dad came home for dinner grumpy and dinner wasn't ready. My mom would start frying some onions in the pan with some olive oil just to make the house smell good. Even though we weren't having fried onions or anything for dinner, maybe. Just to make him feel satisfied, you know. Because it smells so good. Onions and oil. Nothing like it. Unless it's onions in oil with a bit of garlic as well. So let's do that. 2 cloves of garlic splashed in there. Good stuff. Put the zucchini in next. We'll heat up a little bit. Hot. Yep. A little more salt for the zucchini. A little more black pepper for the zucchini. Get some of this basil chopped up. Beautiful fresh basil. Oh, it's so fragrant. You start breaking it and it just releases all those essences and oils. Oh, wow. A little basil in at a base level of flavor. It'll pretty much disappear, but it might add something. And I think I'll just go ahead and put those tomatoes in too now, because they're going to cook down a lot of juice in those. Yes, I hear you. Crushed red pepper flakes. Spicy, I love it. Right, I'm going to go ahead and put the basil in. Turn the heat down. So I'm just going to turn this way down. And I'm going to get a plate. Put this over here. Let's see. If I put it in my little bowl here. It's polenta. It's nice for me. Oh, it's just, it like, little, the cheese, you can see it. Fortunately, you can taste it too. Alright, base. I mean, like pasta, you know, you could just, it's starch and vegetables. Salt on the top is like a layer thing. Oh, and you know what? Also maybe cheese in the middle. Yeah. I'm telling you. That's a beautiful color. It's just like the Italian flag or something, maybe? I don't know. All right, on it goes. As much as there you want. I was wrong. I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble eating this whole thing. and a couple of basil, shredded basil, freshly right on top. Some more cheese on top. Huh? You blame me? You blame me? I guess I better eat some. The colors are just beautiful, and wow. Wow. All those herbs, the basil and those tomatoes are so sweet. And I might have actually put a little bit more red pepper in there, but it's got a little bit of kick, and it tastes so good. Polenta, zucchini, and tomatoes. Fresh, delicious. And, I mean, you saw how easy it is, right? Okay. I'm gonna go sit down and eat the rest of this. This is dinner. And there'll be more tomorrow night. More dinner, that is.